Hey everyone, my name's Wesley, and welcome back to another Temtem tier list. Still waiting on that trademark, by the way. Just kidding. Today we're going to have a look at the second island in Temtem called Omninesia. First of all, I'd just like to apologize for missing Banshee in the first episode of Temtem tier list. I know I made a mistake. I just went through a spawn location map, and that is unfortunately right at the top, and I just missed it. My bad. Starting off this episode, I think I'm just going to rattle off the Temtem which spawn on this island as well as the first island. So, Loali, an excellent late game tank in PvP, we'll put at B tier. Saku, excellent early game and story coverage, learning moves like Noxious Bomb via a technique course and the earliest access to a nature type attack that you have, sticking that at A tier still. Grandpa doesn't excel anywhere, so gonna leave Grandpa at E. Piranhant falls behind other water types by far in my opinion, so putting it at D. On to the first one that's exclusive to this island. Anna here. You get this during the quest by pushing Clan Balsoto out of the Anak volcano. It falls somewhere near the upper middle of the total stats value and actually has the second highest special defense and defense stats. So I know what you're thinking, hey, it's going to make a really good tank. Wrong. Its trait, Trauma, means that if it takes damage from a physical type attack, it loses defense, and if it takes damage from a special type attack, it loses special defense. Meaning a couple turns down the line, and all of a sudden it's getting one shot by a move that shouldn't really be doing that. It also really doesn't have the best moveset, in my opinion, so that's why I'm putting it at B. Bobo. Now Bobo has very surprising stats. Looking at it, you'd think it would be a tank, but it has great stamina, great HP, and a fairly high attack stat, which pairs well with its fairly powerful physical attacks. And I think it is a Temtem that is a bit slept on by most players. Does, however, have a double weakness to Toxic, but I'm still going to have to put it at A. Kappa. Now, Kappa has very good speed and a decent attack stat, but that's about where it ends for me. It doesn't get access to great moves, and it learns Fire Tornado, which doesn't pair well with its high attack, as Fire Tornado is a special attack. For me, it's the Piranhant of the fire type in Temtem, falling far behind other fire types which do their jobs far better. And for that reason, I'm going to put it in next to Piranhant at tier D. Next we move on to Sirnev. Sirnev has really high base stats. It's also, in my opinion, one of the best nature types you can get in the game right now. It has great speed, and when paired with its really good egg move Front Whip, can be very powerful. It can also be quite tanky with healing moves that it learns later on, and for that reason, it's going to tier A. Val Crane. Now Val Crane for me is a bit of a tricky one. It has the highest base stats of any Temtem on Island 2, except for Loali, but that came from Island 1, so I'm not counting that. Its stats are also very well spread, except for special defense, which is terrible because it has a double weakness to water, and there are a lot of water special type attacks like Tsunami or something like that, which means that Val Crane can basically only be used as a glass cannon. It does quite well at this, as it has pretty good physical attack stats and it learns mostly physical attack type moves, except in the fire type, which is one of its stab types. So if you're going to use it as a normal or a earth physical attacker, then by all means go for it. But I do feel there are better Temtem out there. So for that reason, it's going in at tier B. Tofu. Tofu for me is just not great. It has high special attack, but one stab special move, and it isn't even a very powerful one. Its high stamina stat doesn't make sense to me because it learns a move that restores stamina, but it's already got really high stamina, so what's the point? And for those reasons, I'm just going to have to put it straight down at the bottom, tier F. Raben. That's how I'm pronouncing it. Deal with it. The Raben family is my favorite fire type family in the game. Raben has good HP, attack, and defense stats, and the other stats are actually really well balanced. It has a very good moveset, learning a very powerful physical fire type attack in Meteor Mash, I think it's called. Correct me if I'm wrong. But I'd recommend splitting the TV values on it between attack and special attack, as it learns Fire Tornado, which is a special type attack. It unfortunately doesn't have very good special type base stats, and for that reason I'm gonna have to put it at a B and a half. Now a little caveat to Raken is Raise. In my opinion, Raise is better than Raken, just because prior to evolving, Raise has a high special type base stat, and after evolving it switches to physical type base stat. This means that its potential special attack stat at level 100 is quite a bit higher than Raken's, and that pairs very well with Fire Tornado, which is what I mostly use Raise for. For these reasons, Raise in my opinion edges out Raken and pushes itself up to A.5, not quite an S. Next we move on to Mastion. The stats on Mastion are not great except for its attack stat. This makes it a really good fire type glass cannon because it also learns really good physical fire type moves. But that's about it. Doesn't excel anywhere else, and for that reason it's a tier C for me. And then finally, we come to Kini. Kini, in my opinion, is probably one of the best utility Temtem in the game right now. It can put enemies to sleep, it can avoid damage, can heal itself and others, it can restore stamina, it has moves that increase your team's stats, it can even sacrifice itself to increase your other Temtem's special defense and defense values in the battle. Its moveset seems to be built around utility and it excels in that. It can be also very tanky and tricky to deal with when paired with a Temtem like Banshee in PvP. For this reason, Kini, in my opinion, is the only S tier Temtem available on Island 2. Now once again, I just have to stress that these are my opinions. I did base them on base stats and movesets and things like that, but I'm sure many of you have found better uses for Temtem that I've ranked lower in certain situations. If you have, I'm really interested to hear about them. Please leave them down in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this, if it was informative to you, be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And I hope to catch you in the next Temp tier list. Goodbye.